In 1916, following Pancho Villa's raid on Columbus, New Mexico, the Arizona 1st Volunteer Infantry, commanded by Colonel Tuthill, was called up to defend the border. Fort Huachuca's renowned Buffalo Soldiers soon joined them. The conflict with Pancho Villa on the Arizona border allowed General Pershing to expand and train the American military force that would soon serve in the war in Europe. In August 1917, the Arizona 1st Volunteer Infantry was drafted into federal service and redesignated the 158th Infantry Regiment. After war was officially declared, Arizonans answered the draft call with gusto, as 40,517 rushed to register. By war's end, 11,410 men and 37 women from Arizona had fought in the Great War. Arizonans were responsible for hundreds of acts of courage and heroism. Two of the most notable heroes were ace pilot Lieutenant Frank Luke and Marine Corporal John Henry Pruitt. Luke, known as the Arizona Balloon Buster, had 18 verified kills and once shot down 3 German balloons in a 30-minute span. Luke was called the most daring aviator and the greatest fighter pilot of the entire war. Marine Corporal John Henry Pruitt was a member of the 6th Marine Regiment, known to the Germans as the Dogs from Hell. He single-handedly attacked and captured 2 enemy machine gun nests and took 40 of the enemy prisoner. He was killed the next day by enemy artillery. It was his 22nd birthday. Both Pruitt and Luke posthumously received the Congressional Medal of Honor. Private Matthew B. Juan from Sacaton, Arizona, was the first Arizonan and first Native American killed in action during the Battle of Cantigny. On the home front, Arizonans did their part by buying over $45 million in Liberty bonds and donating more than $500,000 to the Red Cross. Dozens of Arizona heroes came home from the war, including Distinguished Cross recipient Captain Edward J. Mitchell of Prescott, and Nogales' Distinguished Service Cross recipient and hometown hero Captain Kenneth S. Littlejohn. Among the thousands of returning Arizona veterans was World War I hero General John C. Greenway, one of the founding fathers of the American Legion. Arizona heroes of World War I will tell these and many other stories commemorating the 100th anniversary of Arizonans' great contribution to the war to end all wars. Lieutenant Frank Luke, over the span of 17 days in September 1918, shot down 18 German aircraft. 14 balloons and 4 planes were destroyed in only 30 hours of aerial combat. This incredible feat propelled him to the coveted status of ace, second only to Ace of Aces Captain Eddie Rickenbacker. Rickenbacker said Lieutenant Frank Luke was the most daring aviator and greatest fighter pilot of the entire war. Lieutenant Luke was born on May 19, 1897 in Phoenix, Arizona. He exemplified the qualities of a combat pilot: razor-sharp instincts, natural hunting skills, and exceptional courage. Shortly after war was declared, he enlisted, taking these skills to the Army Aviation School in the late fall of 1917. In April 1918, Luke was assigned to the 27th Aero Squadron, known as the Screaming Eagles, based outside of Paris. Luke vowed to take on the toughest targets on the battlefield, the well-protected German observation balloons. On September 12th, he did just that. After 3 dangerous passes, he downed his first balloon. 6 days later, Luke shot down 5 more enemy aircraft. General Billy Mitchell personally congratulated Luke for his balloon-busting victories. Luke told him, "If you return tomorrow evening, you'll see 2 more balloons burn up." General Mitchell was not disappointed. Frank Luke continued his run, And on September 18th, he shot down 2 balloons and 3 planes in less than 10 minutes, an incredible feat never again equaled in the annals of aerial combat. 11 days later, on September 29th, Luke took off alone and unauthorized. He dropped a note from his plane which read, "Watch 3 Hun balloons on the Meuse." Those on the ground observed an amazing and unbelievable sight as all 3 balloons were shot out of the sky. After Luke finished off the last balloon, he was ambushed by 5 German fighters. He was wounded during the battle and driven from the sky. Before he crash-landed, he strafed a German column, killing 6 and wounding 12. Armed with only a pistol, Luke refused to surrender to German troops. In a running shootout, Lieutenant Frank Luke was killed. He was just 22 years old. Ace fighter pilot and hero, Lieutenant Frank Luke, whose courageous actions will never be forgotten, was posthumously awarded the Distinguished Service Cross and the Congressional Medal of Honor. The American Legion, Department of Arizona, remembering the heroes of the past, encouraging the heroes of the future, helping veterans for 100 years. Honor, duty, country. The American Legion, Department of Arizona, commemorating the 100th anniversary of the American Legion.